Om. 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant, and may we not cavil at each other. Om peace, peace, peace unto us all.
Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We welcome everyone to the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. Forgive my raspy voice. So if you can't hear me, let me know. You can all hear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are grateful to Swami for letting us participate in this Gita Yajna. Gita Jnana Yajna.
Yeah.
Don't think these are just I'm saying by myself. If you want, you should go back to the original text, chapter 18, Sloka 70. Swami said, anybody who listens to this dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna is participating in the Jnana Yajna. We should be serious. We are all participating because the important is the bhava, the feeling. So we are participating in the Jnana Yajna. That is the grace and blessings of Bhagavan. So you should remember that. And he says, also people who listen to this, all their sins will be washed away and they go to Punya Lokas. That means people who do the meritorious deeds. And he says, there is nobody dearer to me than one who spreads this teaching. These are all between Slokas 68 and 70. He clearly says, so it shows how much the Lord likes his teachings, but more important is not only knowing it, sometimes we memorize, but practicing them. That is the most important thing. And so here now, you got all in your email. So we are going to do Gita chapter 20. And the page number in the soft copy is page 92. And in the hard copy, the one I have is 186. We also have 186 are different because different editions are different. But soft copy you have it is 92, and here it is 186. 190, yeah, yes, varies. That is why verify. And the original Bhagavad Gita, it is important. I have been telling you should go back to that. So Swami is following that same pattern. So we did finish the chapter 9. What is the name of the yoga?
Rajavidya Rajaguhya
Yoga. So the royal secret, and it is the royal knowledge. So there, everything is connected. So we are now going to start chapter 11, Vishwa Rupa Sandarshan Yoga. There, because there is a connection, he is a great teacher and Arjuna is a good student. So he says, chapter 9, Sloka 34. What does it say? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamai vaishyasi sathya mamaisho ityeva atmanam matparayana. I always get this exact words. Where else it is there? He is a boy is good in slokas. Do you know where else does he say that? 18 and the 64. So he says same thing. Manmanamo madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru Mamai Vaishyachi Uppeva Atmanam Matparayanaha. That is it. Yes, Patijani Priyosime. It says, go and declare to the world that both are same. The meaning is so important. God repeats, doesn't repeat often. He repeated, he says, whoever keep their mind on me, who should keep your mind right now, we all keep our mind on God, and who have love for me, devoted to me, and who are willing to sacrifice for me. Sacrifice means he doesn't want sacrifice of animals. People, there's easy thing to do. Sacrifice our time, like all of us sacrifice our time to come and meet here, think about him, sacrifice our energy, and sacrifice our talent. Most importantly, sacrifice our ego. That is the main thing. So, if you are first thing, you should have think about me and have love for me and sacrifice for me and do the worship, the prostration, flower worship, whatever worship. If you do that, the greatest assurance, he says, you will become one with me. What else you want in life? That is, the purpose is to realize God, be one with God. And he says in chapter 18, here he says the same thing, but he says, I am giving a promise to all of you. God is taking a vow. If you do this, you will be with me. So what else more promise? If anybody else gives promise, we don't believe. But God is giving promise. If you do that, you do that. Then Arjuna gets a doubt. Good teacher, how do I do all these things? It is, I don't know. Tell me. So I need some ways to teach. Like if we go to school, in the primary school, teacher has big alphabet, holds your hand, teaches. Then you go to the school, college, and PhD. So he says, yeah, I know it is difficult for you. Even sages and saints, maharshis, devas, that means gods, they cannot understand me. They cannot know my reality. And even Swami said, May 17th, 1968, even if the whole humanity combines and do tapas for thousands of years, you cannot understand me. But we should not get discouraged. So, how do you understand God? So, first he gives simple techniques. He says, first, whenever you want to interest in spirituality, there's this beautiful shloka in this chapter 10 now, in Vibhuti
Vibhuti
Yoga.
Yoga.
He says, I told this shloka in front of Swami in one of my talks. It's very important for all the spiritual seekers. Machitta madgata prana bodhayantak parasparam kadayantascha mam nityam tushyanchicha ramanchicha. This is very important. What do my devotees do? Machitta, they keep their mind right away goes to the God. People who are after money, their mind always go to where to invest, what to do, and some people power, how to grab power, how to manipulate people. Whereas these devotees, somehow they always think about how to think, God, what can we more do? Machitta, they always think. Madgata prana, their life is in me. That's all their life is. Bodhayantak parasparam. So, just what are we doing in satsang? They will be talking to each other. Hey, what experiences of Swami you had? What other functions happening? What did Swami do? And what did Swami teach on this? So they go on talking about each other, about me. About what? Adayantashyamam nityam. My stories. That is Bhagavatam. Machitta madgata prana bodhayantak parasparam kadayantascha mam nityam. Why do they do that? Tushyanticha ramanchicha. That's all they're happy. Tushyanti, content. Somebody says, oh, that big house, I want a bigger house. My friend has another second house. Car, oh, that guy has a Ferrari, or this guy. So they go on thinking, whereas these people are happy the way it is. Tushyanti, they are happy the way it is. And Ramanchicha, they are not only just be content, it is okay, no. Ramanticha, they are so delighted. They are blissful because they are in tune with God. That is the way He said, you will be connected to me. Keep your heart, soul, mind in me. Talk about me always with each other, and that way you will be content and you will be in bliss. So, in another in same chapter 10:10, following is, he says, then what is the advantage? He says, how to attain you? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam samyena mam upayantite. This particular shloka, I talked in front of Swami in the interview room. I asked the question. Because here Lord Krishna says, I will give you jnana because that is ultimate. Jnana devat kaivalyam. By jnana you will attain liberation. How do you do that? He says, always bhajanti mam. Always think, worship me. I thought jnana yoga is one method is self-inquiry. Who am I? I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. I'm not. That is one method. But here he says, just worship me all the time. Bhajatam priti purvakam, with love, not mechanical ritual doing. With love you worship me, then dadami buddhiyogam, I will give you the jnana. You don't need to struggle because jnana pati is a little challenging with people, for us who have body consciousness. Then with that thing, you will you will attain me. I asked this question, Swami, really will it happen? Because I had a doubt. Just doing bhajan, thinking about hymn stories, will we really get a jnana? Yes. If you have that kind of faith and purity, yes, I will give you jnana. Swami personally asked the question or personally assured, which is for all people, not just for me. So it should be with intensity, with love, you love him, worship him, sacrifice for him, he will give the jnana. So he gives that assurance. Okay, still it is difficult for him to put all these complicated, how to see you in the things. Okay, Vibhuti, I will tell you my glory. Whenever you see sun, think it is me. Every day we see sun, right? That is called Pratyaksha, living divinity. Every day we see in the morning. So when you see, hey, this is the Supreme Brahman. Whenever you see in the night moon, hey, this is Brahman. And when you see a great ocean, Pacific or any ocean, you think this is the Supreme Lord. Even when you see a tree, Ashwatha Vrusha, particular of Shanam, Ashwatha Vrusha, people tree, Bodhi tree. When you see that, think it is me. God says it is me. And in the Pandavas, Dhananjaya, we can't see him, but that was the history. So whenever mountains go to Himalayas, that is me. And so like that, he goes on showing all the prominent, whether it is in the waters and in the moon, sun, air, everywhere you should be able to tell him. So he goes on telling about these Rudras, these Adityas, everything. And he says, this is only a fraction of me. This is not the whole thing. So you will think because this is the whole thing, this is only a fraction of me. Where else did you hear anybody in the God saying that? This is in the Vedas, Purusha Suktam. This is very important. It's chanted in all the places of worship, mainly in yajnas. Next to Rudram, Purusha Suktam is very important. There it is said, Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Amrutam Divihi. Only 1/4 of my thing is whole manifest universe. This earth, galaxies, universes, whatever it is, whatever you see, can you believe that? Only 1/4 of my glory. 3/4, Tripadasya Amrutam. 3/4 of my glory is unmanifest. So it makes us humble. Of the whole universe, so many galaxies, this is one, right? Of them, this earth. Of them, this one continent, one town, one, and we are little being. So what is there to be proud of in the whole universe? We are not even a small speck. So it just makes you humble. So 3/4 of the whole God, or universe, Brahman, is unmanifest. You don't even know. Now the scientists are slowly coming out and realizing that this black hole thing, our people told thousands of years ago. All this will end up in that energy, black hole. Actually, somebody said nicely, it's Kali Mata. Kali Mata is a black energy, so everything is contained in it.
Kalim.
Kali Mata. Yeah, that's why in the Lalita Sahasranam they say Mahagrasa, Mahashana. That means everything enters into her ultimately. In the Pralaya, that is what it says. They said long time. Mahashana, eat, Ashana means eating a little bit. Mahashana, she eats everything. Everything goes into her. Mahagrasa. So he found that thing, the source. More and more they have Vedic knowledge, the whole thing is covered. Okay, he covered all these things. Okay, so then it is really only fraction of that. This is what you are telling. This oceans, mountains, Himalayas. That's only fraction. Then I want to see with the whole thing. He says. Then show me the vision. Then Vishwarupa Sandarshan. He says, boy, you cannot see with the normal eyes. You cannot see. You need special eyes. Like there are microbes here. Can you see it? But if you put, say, a microscope, you can see. And there are these planets, the Jupiter, Mars, planets. They are there. You see, the scientist says, can you see it? No. But if you put a telescope, powerful telescope, you can see. Same thing with God. You need the Dadami Divya Chichu. Says, I'm going to give you special vision. I'll give you special glasses. What glasses? Divya Chakshu, divine glasses. So then you will be able to see me. So that is why he gave this in the middle of the war. Everybody could not see that. Only Arjuna could see it. Hanuman could see it because of the flag. And Sanjaya could see it. Sanjaya, who was given special vision by Vyasa, he could see it. Not only he saw it, he was telling it commentary to Dhritarashtra. Can you believe those days? Telecommentary. So now people say, oh, I'm seeing thousands of years ago telecommentary. Not only that power he was given, you can see things, that is right, but he could see what they are thinking also. That power was given. Here also our commentators can see what is happening, but they don't know what you are thinking. But Sanjay was given power. He knows what is Arjuna thinking at that time, Duryodhana thinking, or Krishna. So that kind of power, that those days, to have the concept, it is not only revision commentary, but those things, he does that. Then he shows this, is Viswarupa Darshanam. Here, when he sees, Arjuna says, Divyam dadamite chakshu. This is in this chapter 11, Sloka 8. I'm giving you this special vision. Who is that vision? Divi Surya Sahasraha. One sun in the morning, if you get about 8, late, so bright you cannot see. In the early morning sun is okay, you can see like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, sunrise time. Other time, here it says equal to millions of suns brightness. That much is God. So you cannot face. So this was so bright. That's why having seen. And then what does he see? Pashyami devan tava deva dehe sarvam stata bhutam. He says everything. He sees his own Dhatrashtra's sons, Duryodhana, Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, Karna, all those, and even his own people. And he sees the interesting thing is, they're already dead. He didn't even fight the war yet. They're already gone. Just my God, how this is another famous quotation here. Mayaivaite niyatha purvameva nimitta matram bhava sarvya sachin. That means I have already killed them. Then what are you doing? Nimitta matram bhava. Just I'm giving you credit as if you have killed. because you have to play your duty as a Kshatriya fighting for adharma against adharma. He says, I am showing it is already done. Because is kalos me lokan kshaya. I am time. Time, like the mother Kali, it swallows everything. You may be the most handsome young man, one day will become old, losing teeth, vision, eyes, ears, and not able to walk. You are one time. Time can change. You are most powerful guy at one time. You are no more. Most intellectual man may get a dementia. To me, everything, time can completely change. So you should be humble to realize nothing is permanent. Youth, beauty, power, wealth, name, fame, scholarship, everything is transitory. Only thing permanent is Brahman, which is also God. Time is God. So he says, every Dronancha, Bhishmancha, Jayatrasancha, Karnam, Tadhavanyapajudhavela. So they are all gone. So you are just a instrument to do that. This is very beautiful. That is why I want you to, Swami covers that, but here if you go, then you can enjoy his thing. Okay, he says, and he gets scared. He saw all these things because you need to have credentials. He gave him special vision, but Arjuna started shivering. My God, no, I cannot stand it. Please resume your beautiful form before, because I treated you like my friend and brother-in-law. I like that beautiful form, not this terrible form where you see all the fires, everybody dying. So just beautiful. Yes, I cannot stand it. Please. That is why a lot of us are not ready for liberation. We think we want Brahma Vidya. I heard one Australian devotee. Swami said, Swami, what do you want? Liberation. He says, come tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'll give it. And then he didn't show up because he worried liberation means he will be gone. He doesn't know. So it comes from the mouth. We are not really, even one time, Kiran, my first daughter, said, she was only 14 or 15. What do you want? Swami, I want liberation right now. She didn't even want. And Swami didn't say anything, laughed, because you have to get to come medical school, then marry, children. So we need to have credentials. Are we really ready? For that, you need to have this preparation. That is why he says, how do you get that? This sloka is very important, 54. He says, Bhaktya Ananya Shakyam. So, Ananya Bhakti, always think about him. So, as I said, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, think. Then, first, with that, three things happen. This is another formula. Swami gave a discourse just on this. Jnatum, drashtum, tatvena, pravishtum. First, you know about God, right? So, now we all know about Swami's stories, I love the Krishna stories, Rama. Then, after that, you want to see him. Once after read, oh, who is this Sai Baba? Let us go and see him. So you just have drashtum. And then pravishtu. Ultimately, once you have knowledge and experience, you just become one with him. This is the same Salokya, Samipya, Salokya, and Sayujya. So, what should I do? This is another important thing. Mat karmakrit, mat paramo, mat bhakto, sangavajjita, nirvairya sarva bhuteshu yassama. Everybody please remember this five important one. This is last sloka. Then you can continue. Mat karmakrit, whatever thing we do, whatever mat karma, everything you do, Bhagavad Prichartam, to please God. And mat paramo, always keep your mind on him. Mad Bhakta, have mainly love for God, everything next. So, if you want to have Sai in life, yes, Swami first, all others next, Sai little last. So, if you reverse it, you will get IAS, you won't get Sai. First, so you'll get Swami first in life for everything. Am I giving priority to Swami? So, mat karmakrit, mat paramo, mat bhakto, sangha vajjita. Don't be attached to too many things, whether it is the your wealth, name, fame, power. Attachment is the one which causes bondage. Attachment to family, attachment to property, attachment to power. All these things is the one proven that they cause suffering. And nirvairya sarva bhitesh is very important. It means no enmity to anybody. Where else does he say about this? Chapter 12. Bhakti.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Sarvabhutanam.
Dveshta sarvabhutam. Same thing. Nirvairya sarvabhuteshu. It means no hatred to anybody, no enmity. That is why these Dharmaraja, they say, is called Ajata Shatru. He never had a enemy, anybody. Even though he fought in the war, he didn't have. That is why only he is the one with body can go into the heavens. All the others, Arjuna, Bhima, Draupadi, very fell down. Because it's not an easy thing. Some or other we may get this enmity feeling. So you should completely get that. Then you realize, then you become one with me. That is the important thing this way. So this is the thing I want to develop a story so that you can connect what Swami said, otherwise you can't connect. How he ended Raja Vidya, that to be merged with me. Then he shows his glory, which is only a fraction. Then he shows this cosmic vision. And then he says how we need to practically spiritual hints how you should be one with him. Okay, so you now we want to continue there, wherever we page 92, the soft copy, 186 in the hard copy.
Uncle, I just have one comment to share, Uncle.
Okay, please.
Which is you were saying Nimitta Matram, we are just instruments. He is the one who powers us, he is the one who does everything. The live example today, Uncle, yesterday during the call, you were struggling to even make sound. And today you are sitting and conducting the study circle. Really, it is so amazing. Those who have heard you yesterday will know how God's power works. He is the one who gives power. So one way we used to always think it's a blessing to work for Swami. But I feel seeing this example today, the very fact that we are doing anything for Swami means Swami willed it and he gave us the power. So it's a great blessing to be able to do seva, to do study circle, to do bhajan, because we can be sure that God has willed it.
It's breaking, Arvind.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah. No, they know because every day we have meetings. 2 days ago, that is, I had aphonia. They had dysphonia, aphonia, and so what happens is no voice at all. I had just on the Sunday, no voice. Then yesterday before dysphonia, just altered voice. Even now it is not normal. So then they said, how can you do? I said, Swami, mukang karoti vachalam. That is what Lord. He can make the dumb the eloquent. Pangum langayate egirim. He can make the lame the cross mountains. So God can do, but you need to have that longing. Yeah, I want to do God's work. Because this is a yajna, you said. I don't want to miss the yajna. So I do my sincere effort to do the yajna. Yeah, so I didn't want to tell that. So 3 days ago, no voice at all. That is why I made you. Yeah, and then dysphonia. But just you should have that desire, and he will make it happen. That's what is.
No, that's Viswarupa Darshan itself is, when you're talking about it, automatically come, because it is one of the major thing when we talk about. In fact, I really remember when that's Mahabharata, Viswarupa Darshan, you wouldn't believe in India, they put the TV and they decorated, and actually Lord has come and they're actually doing arati to it. Really, the Viswarupa Darshan is amazing. But one thing that I still remember, suddenly it came to a thought that he mentions all the names, Drona, Bhishma, everybody dying, and this Arjuna is seeing all those things. But the Lord doesn't show Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu is also dying, but he does just that is not mentioned there. You can clearly see. So Divya Chakshu also, he gives only to what you have to see. If he wants to see that also, he will put it happen. But everything he is able to see. But why Abhimanyu he cannot see? Because his point is that he is making him to know he is the Lord of the universe, but it's already proven. He doesn't need to. But here, Abhimanyu, he sees, then his mind will go differently. So here, the Lord is also how he's prepping us towards what he wants to. But once he decides that he is going to give that to the best, what he's going to give, we should not be worried. Whatever he does, the best. That is what we should again. It is one of the surrender. That is what it means. Actually, it's amazing how he himself makes us to surrender. It is not we surrendering.
No.
He puts us that thing to how we surrender it.
Whatever, that is why there's like a mantra. Whatever happens, happens by God's will. And that is for our good. Because something happens good, yeah, Swami's grace, I fast. So isn't, even if you fail or pass, that is what the ultimate. Everything, there is a beautiful bhajan, right? Everything is a sign of His grace. He is the nearest, He is the dearest. Everything is a sign. Anybody knows bhajan? There is a bhajan. You know that the Lord is sweetness itself. Everything is a sign of His grace. He is the nearest, He is the dearest. So main thing is we need to come to that stage, then you will have. But main thing is, this is a lesson for us. Don't think you are a big guy doing this, even Bhajan. Nimitta matram. You are just an instrument. Just remember, you are not a, I already did, I already do. You just happen to be there, I give you.
Sairam.
Yeah, Aniruddha.
One is going to come up when you're listening to Swami's stories. So, what happened?
Yan.
When wisdom is coming up when you're listening to Swami's Leelas. So, what happens if later on, like, you feel like the jhana is going to get covered again by Agyan? Like, you're going to forget some of the knowledge.
No. This is the thing. Swami one time gave just a talk on that. What once it comes never goes. That is jnana. Once it says, it doesn't go at all. Here, we don't get jnana. Dadami buddhi yogam tamyenameva. Sir, I will give you jnana. So you will make sure it is there. So jnana, once jnana comes, darkness of ignorance goes, it doesn't come back. So something which comes and goes is Maya, but all the transitive things. But the eternal, the permanent, the knowledge of Brahman, once it comes, it never goes. You cannot, there is no more Maya is away from you. That is why in the path of jnana, that is it. Once you realize oneness, there is no more going back. In bhakti, sometimes this can happen. People are attached to the name and form, but things can change. Then they change their mind. That experience doesn't happen. Their wish, I wanted to have this thing happen to my family or my job. They get disappointed. I saw so many people from Swami's devotees who have been there many years. After a while, they just leave him because their devotion is to what they want. I know one senior man, I don't want to tell the name, his son, he wanted to be vice chancellor. There he served Swami, then it didn't happen, he left. And some people also in the ashram, they wanted certain things for themselves, it didn't happen, they went away. So people have their personal agenda, then they go away. That is why Lord Krishna says there are also bhaktas. Artho, arthati, jijnasu, jnane cha bharatarshava. So those people who have arthas, arthatis, and jijnasu, they go away. But jnani, because there is no difference. Jnani atmaiva me matam, he says. There is no difference between me and jnani, Lord Krishna says. Once you are that divine, there is no question of going back. There is no more Maya, no more anything. There's illumined people like Ramana Maharshi. So he was attained, and then so he was going through physical suffering, cancer, this, that. Nothing bothers him. No more ajnana or Maya comes. So that is what you are. That is why for that you need to satata yuktana bhajatam priti purvakam. Always think about me and with love. It's not easy, but you do that, he gave assurance. Dadami Buddhi Yoga.
Sairam, one more thing. When I'm listening to this today, it reminds me in our international conference at Sai Prem Nilayam, the youngster panel did such a beautiful thing, discussion about the doing the done. It's just like divine is already done. We're just the instruments. It was so beautifully done. Yeah.
And also it gives us a little peace. Yeah, I did my best. This is God is already, this is the way He wants it. We accepted the whole, we try to fight, oh, this is wanted to happen, it didn't happen. So you trust in God's judgment, accept it. Oh yeah, that's what the way it need to be, surrender. Then you won't have this roller coaster ups and downs in life. The secret is then peaceful, happy living.
Sairam. Arjuna joined both his palms, and with uplifted hands he asked Krishna, "The whole of creation is your form, is it not? Knowledge, wealth, power, strength, energy, splendor, all these are expressions of your glory, are they not? Well, will you not give me the sacred chance to fulfill my life's desire to experience you as all this creation, as Viswarupa of the form of creation itself? I plead with you. I pray at your feet." I think there's going to be a little transition in the format. So we're going to read one paragraph and then discuss a little bit and go a little more slowly, so everybody can appreciate. So with this, and if anyone has anything they'd like to share, please feel free. When you read Bhagavad Gita chapter 11, it sort of coincides with Sloka 4 in chapter 11, where he says it, according to the Barnes and Noble's version of Bhagavad Gita I have, if thou thinkest, O my Lord, that it can be seen by me, show me, O God of yoga, the glory of thine own supreme being. So I think Dr. Reddy I really was kind of captivated with everything you were saying and how this story unfolds right before us. But it's Arjuna is sort of wanting that vision to get clarification. So I'll move on to the next paragraph. Knowing the anguish of his heart, Krishna replied, "Arjuna, I shall certainly satisfy you, but your physical eyes cannot see that glory. The Viswarupa cannot be perceived by the limited vision which sees and grasps only this nature. Therefore, I shall confer on you the supernatural eye. Now see." He said and manifested himself before him as creation and more. What great mercy! What superb experience! So we talked about this divine vision, Divya Chakshu. And with this, there are some thoughts, some points here. So you have this revelation that everything is manifested in God's form, essentially. And also, Bhagwan writes this later, but the radiance of this vision is that everything, it's equal to million suns. So, and we'll read, but Bhagwan mentions that God is self-illumines. Like you have a fire that sort of lights itself. And so God is very similar that way. Then you have this vision of creation as well as destruction. They're learning that God is the source of life as well as all-consuming time. The purpose of this is really to convince Arjuna of Lord Krishna's absolute divinity. So he believes it, but then he needs a little bit more a little more convincing. And then of course the context is just that, Arjuna asking Lord Krishna to have this vision, so that he sees him more as the source of creation and beyond his friend and his guide that's been talking with him and responding to him this time.
And we hear one important point underlined: knowing the anguish of his heart. You should have that intense longing. That's what Swami told me. How do I know devotion? You should have that. I don't care for anything else. I want that. I want that. I want only him. That kind of intense longing you should have. Then he gave the vision. Because if you have superficial, lukewarm devotion, God won't respond. You should have that intense devotion. Like, see, there's so many great devotees, like Mirabai had. Like one Tinnan, one Kannappa Nayanar, one of the things. That is why he said he couldn't see most of the people who see the lingam in the thing, underneath a tree. He says, oh Lord, how can you be alone? He didn't go to philosophy, you're all pervading. Why? How can you be there in little place by yourself? You have no roof, you have wood. So he really feels that kind of longing, the anguish, real feel is not like a theory, but it is for them living presence of God. So if we have that, then God will give. Otherwise, everybody, there are so many people there. He didn't give the Viswarupa Darshanam only to Arjuna because he had that anguish. You should have that, the cry for God. Like Sri Ramakrishna used to rub his head towards God so that it bleeds. And he took care of, oh, I will kill myself if I can't see you, mother. That kind of intense love for God. That is, we have, then God will give.
And then I just want to be mindful of time also. Are we okay?
Yeah, I think 5 more minutes.
While on this point, there is one subtle detail which seekers have to note. The Vedas, Shastras, and Puranas, besides many scholars and saints and others who have a right to speak about such matters, all describe God as Sarva Vyapi and Sarva Bhutanararthma, that is, present everywhere, and as the inner reality in every being. On the basis of this, some people argue, if he is so present everywhere and in everything, why is he not seen by everyone? For all such, the reply is, how can the physical eye, composed of the 5 elements, see beyond the 5? And that's exactly what Lord Krishna said. You can't really see this with your natural eye, so let me give you this supernatural vision so you can see more. Nothing can illumine an object that does not reflect light, but a flame illumines itself and sheds light all around. God is self-luminous. He illumines all. He is beyond nature, which is but a manifestation of his glory. So he can be seen only by the eye of wisdom, an eye that can be won only by his grace. Hence, worship of God is an essential part of sadhana. He who fails in seeing himself can never succeed in seeing others and seeing anything outside him. Engage yourself in sadhana that will secure the grace of God. Through that grace, the jnana netra, the eye of wisdom, will be granted. He is easily reachable by the path of devotion, while experiencing the vision of God in the universe and God as the universe. Arjuna was shedding tears of joy. O Almighty God, all the gods, Brahma the Creator, all the sages and saints, all the manifold beings and objects, movable and immovable. Oh, I see every one of these. I see all. Oh, from your terror-creating face, flames of splendor emerge and spread to the farthest distances. How I wish I could know the meaning and purport of this formidable form, Arjuna exclaimed. So this is all described in slokas 15 through 31, this whole conversation. This. So yes, he describes the Rudras of destruction, the Vasus of fire, Adityas of the sun, just everything that he is seeing. And one of the interesting things, and I won't talk too much about this, but as I was reading about this, Robert Oppenheimer, who created the nuclear bomb, was also studied Bhagavad Gita. He was learning Sanskrit. And he very famously said, now I am become death, destroyer of all worlds, with the first test of the first bomb. And that's a very famous event. And where he identified is a little bit with Arjuna, because he was following his dharma to create this, but then also the path of nishkama karma, where you don't attach to the result, which is what Lord Krishna has been telling Arjuna, where he's battling with fighting this war. So the parallel story was very interesting in how it connected.
Actually, I was there in the museum. It is in New Mexico. There, in that actually this slokas where it is millions of suns brightness, because when they exploded, they could see that they couldn't believe that when the first explosion. So that slokas are inscribed, which are Oppenheimer was fond of.